what's up YouTube? Welcome back to the Chance Bishop Show for episode 96. Yeah, it's the second to last episode here of our Madden 24 Philadelphia Eagles franchise mode on the channel. And well, guess what? Philadelphia, they are in a position where they have a very, very heavy-led vet team here. You gotta think, looking at that team, you got, on the defense, you got TJ Watt, Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, and Nolan Smith. Not one of those players is less than 10 years in the league. I think TJ Watt at this point is probably at least 15. I really do think Jalen could at least be 12. I actually don't know how many seasons we're into this series. What year is it? Anyone say the year possibly? We're at 2033 season, so they might be in year 10 actually. So you gotta think it's 2024 season started. No, he's 2023 draft was Jalen. 2024 draft was Quinyon Mitchell. So yeah, everyone's at least 10 years into their franchise careers right now. I think. I don't know. I guess when we see the stats, we can spin around and take an actual look what year they're in. But I really do think that Jalen and Jordan are at least 10 and 11 years here into the league. Archie is in year 8 of the league already. He's got 10 touchdowns and 1 pick. Come on, dude. Pick up the pace on those touchdowns. Let me guess. He's going to have like 12 rushing touchdowns. Year 9 for Will Shipley. He's got only 2 touchdowns on the season. That's not great. 4 there for Archie, which is strange that he's outrunning our starting running back right there. Receiving wise, 565, 7 touchdowns there from Devontae Smith, 2 from Brady, 1 from Ford. Let's see, sacks, what's going on here? 3 sacks leads the team right there, not too bad. Tackles, Jeremiah's in year 10, which is crazy. TJ Watt's in year 17. It is year 11 for Jalen Carter, so I was correct that, yeah, this is a very heavily dominated vet team. Like, even the guys we drafted in our first year are in year 10, which is mental to think of. Dicker the kicker, he's in year 12. Year 12 for Stonehouse. I mean, this is a team that is like as close to geriatric as possible. You gotta think, we got these like Daniel Burgers, we got the Aston Wells, those kind of depth guys that are year 2, 3, that are on the team, they're in the league, but they're not quite where we need them to be. They're not starting, they're not competing. That's the issue we're running into here, is that we just aren't developing these guys where they're out-producing the stars that are on the team. We find ourselves at 10-7 this year, so this is the first year we've like regressed win-wise. 12-5 for the Commanders, they also regressed. The Giants won 2 more games, so they're 5-12. Way to go, New York. I mean, you're figuring something out, I guess. You're getting there at your own pace, guys, 28 touchdowns, 5 picks. Let's see, he has 8 rushing touchdowns, so he's got 36 touchdowns on the season. 8 for Will Shipley, though, just under 1,200 yards. I guarantee you Will Shipley is going to be... He can seriously break the all-time rushing touchdown record, I think. I really do think... he can put up some numbers for it. And I do think Archie Manning, with the amount he seems to scramble in the sim, that he can also be up there. I think he'd be top 10. I really do, especially if he plays for, 15 or so seasons. He's not running every play. I think definitely he can be a serious contender for top 10 all time in rushing touchdowns. I really do. I have a lot of faith in it, actually. More faith than I probably should have for a quarterback, honestly. But here we go. We are moving through here. Interceptions. Interceptions doing better, it seems like, this year at least. Better than some years. Dicker the kicker, 89% accuracy. He does have 1 blocked extra point, I want to say. I don't see him just missing an extra point there for Dicker the kicker. That's just my guess, though, as it was blocked. I really don't know. It's not related to me like that. But, hey, Brendan Rice, he is kick returning for some reason. Don't know why. Berger here, he is punt returning just fine. He's actually got some yards this year. Eagles take on Green Bay. We took them on, 2 seasons ago? Episode 94, we took them on. We lost in the first round, so hopefully we can do a little better this year than we did that year. So fingers crossed here, guys. Super wild card weekend, because there's so many wild cards now. You get like 3 wild card games, because you only get now 1 bye week, or 1 team that gets the bye week here for the wild card. I mean, even though Archie and the Eagles aren't, they're not dominating the league currently, there's definitely a lot of holes, a lot of places that these guys can do better. They're still in a position where they are outproducing everyone else, and they're being consistent. So that's the one thing you kind of want from a team, is that when they're consistent like this, you just kind of have to find the right piece to plug and play, and then you really get going. You can have a lot of, prolonged success if you find that one player who just kind of is needed to get everything done accordingly. That's my thought behind it, at least. But if we can get past the Packers here, hopefully we can find ourselves in a position where Archie can bring home another ring to Philadelphia. I really do hope that Archie can, make a serious run at those Tom Brady Patriot numbers, just because that's kind of the dynamic you want to build a team around. You want to find a quarterback that can run your system, that can be out there and can kind of just play with anyone. And being up right now, 38-24 in the fourth, 38-24 in the fourth, I think we got it. There you go. We are finding ourselves into the second round. So we're into the divisional round right now, and that's something you want to see. That's definitely a very good look here for Philadelphia, getting themselves in a position where they can compete for a ring this year. They go from getting bumped the last couple seasons in the wild card round. They did lose to the Cowboys in the divisional round, but it is something that we kind of have to worry about. Look at that, 2 rushing touchdowns for Archie Manning, because of course, why wouldn't he outscore our running back? Everyone talks about, Lamar Jackson is just a glorified running back, or Jalen Hurts, he's a running back playing quarterback, and you get these for these athletic, quarterbacks here. But what do we call Archie Manning? Is Archie Manning, is he a running back playing quarterback? He's got to be, right? Like, he's got to be something like that. I really can't think of anything else that he could be. I really can't. He is a running back playing quarterback. He's got to be. There's no way around it. But the 5 seed Eagles take on the 1 seed Falcons. The 2 seed Commanders take on the 3 seed Rams. So hopefully the Eagles can find themselves back in that championship game. Hopefully against, I want to say, like, the Rams, preferably, opposed to the Commanders. Because I don't want to lose the Commanders and send them to the Super Bowl. That would just be absolutely brutal. Mostly because my brother is a Commanders fan. He has been a Commanders fan since RG3 came to the league. He liked when he was with Baylor, played whatever game he was on the cover of. I don't think it was an NCAA. Was there an NCAA game with RG3 on the cover? I think that's what it was. I think he played whatever NCAA game that had RG3 on the cover in Baylor. Unless I'm thinking of something entirely different. Am I thinking of a different game? No, I'm thinking of the right game. I'm thinking of NCAA Football 13 with RG3 on the cover. Yeah, he's been a fan mostly because of that game and because he went to the Commanders. He liked RG3. Where he went is the team he liked. It was the Commanders. He's liked the Commanders ever since. He thinks every year, that it is going to be their year. It's like, we got ourselves a true, he said when Carson Wentz went there, he goes, we have a true quarterback now. We'll get things done. He said the same thing about, when Terrell Pryor was there, he goes, we got a true number 1. We'll get things done with Terrell Pryor. And every year he thinks is going to be the year. I just don't want to have that conversation with him here in 2030, whatever year it is currently. Yeah, I'm not I'm not for it. I don't want to deal with it. But hey, that's something that we don't have to really worry about because we are getting a lot of things done here. But did we come on top? I actually wasn't paying attention. What do we do? Did we win this one? I don't know. We did win this one. 24-19. We do prevail. We hold it out right there for just that little bit longer. Just to kind of keep the season alive. We're going to go back to the championship round. Hopefully, Archie can figure some things out, because the 3 rushing touchdowns, not what you really want. But, I mean, I get it. It's stuff that's going to happen here. So hopefully we can sort that out by next week, because that's going to be a really big thing to keep our eye out on. But, hopefully things kind of get worked out here, though, which is definitely a big thing. Digger the kicker did very well here. He's perfect on the day. Stonehouse, how do you do punting-wise? Ooh, 6 punts. Ooh, that man got worked. Absolutely worked was Ryan Stonehouse, which is why we brought him in. I'd rather have a punter that we can underutilize and pay the money to not punt, than be like, oh, wow, we really need a punter, and we just have some garbage punter out there, that really can't punt all that well. That's my thing, preferably. But, here we go. We got Caleb Williams taking on Archie Manning. So hopefully we can, hopefully we can get all this stuff worked out right now. Hopefully we can get Archie out-dueling Caleb here. And, Caleb one time said, hey, punter, I think it was like Torrey Taylor, sit down, you're not going to be needed at all this game. Torrey Taylor then proceeded to punt for like 200 yards. He had 6 punts that day for like 200 yards because he was, in fact, needed that day. But, you know what? It is what it is. And that's something we gotta worry about, though. Can we figure it out, maybe? Can we get it done? Hopefully. But here we go. Game is underway now. And we are going to find ourselves not really getting anything done currently. There we go. Up by 3 points here in the second. So defensive stalemate. They do go down by 4 points. Come on, Eagles. We do need some points up on the board. Down by a touchdown now. It's fine, get some points. No points on before halftime. All right, down by 2 touchdowns now. Okay, down by 3 tutties. This kind of game is kind of starts getting out of hand right now. Come on, get some points on the board. Anything? Okay, we got a touchdown. Late game rally? Nope, that's not the way we want it to go. A 24-10 loss here. You take a look down there. The Bengals beat the Bills. So is it going to be a Rams versus Bengals rematch? That's wild. But 24-10 is the final score. Manning, 170 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. 1 rushing touchdown for Will Shipley, 40 yards rushing. I guess there's just a defensive game and just nothing got done offensively by either team. I mean, something got done offensively by their team. A bunch of sacks here. So many, like 6 sacks this game. That is brutal. We have so many sims where it's like, oh yeah, no sacks at all. Defense got shut out right there. 1 pick from Keeley. Good for him. Dicker, the kicker, was fine this game. Stonehouse, only 4 punts, averaging 46 yards a punt. Not great. Not bad, actually, either. But I don't know what happened with this team here. Like, this team was set up to be successful to win, and we just kind of got skunked on that one. We got 24-10 beat right there. Not a good look. I mean, a defensive grind out right there. Even look at the Commanders game, 19-7. The Bengals do win this one. Lamar Jackson is the starting QB of the Bengals. Good. I love that. Lamar Jackson goes to Cincinnati and wins a Super Bowl. Not Joe Burrow, but Lamar Jackson, and I think Jamar Chase is still there. So Lamar and Jamar team up and win a Super Bowl, the first in Bengals history. Devontae Smith calls it a career. That's a heart-wrenching loss right there for this Eagles squad because I don't think we're going to really find anyone to really replace what Devontae does on the field. You know, no one can be the Slim Reaper quite like the Slim Reaper himself. You know, just we'll have, like when we had those games, those teams where it was, yeah, Archie threw for 30 touchdowns and Devontae had like 14 of them and AJ had 8 of them. You know, we're not going to find someone who's going to get open in the red zone. Ron Rivera also retired. So does John Harbaugh. Okay, I guess he was heartbroken that his four. There we go. We brought in Justin Jefferson. That's our big signing right there. Actually replaced Devontae Smith. I forgot we did that actually. But yeah, I saw him on the free agent board, and I'm just like, all right, throwing all of the money in at him. I did want to bring in Cooper DeJean, but we just don't have a space for Cooper DeJean. We have a cornerback 2. We have a cornerback 1 in Travis. We have Keeley. He just doesn't fit because he's only like an 83 overall, so we would sign him to be corner 4, and it's just not. I'm not bringing the guy to be corner 4. We couldn't even really transition him to safety. We have no need for him at safety either. So it's just easier to kind of let him not be on the team, even though it's kind of, you know, upsetting right there to not have Cooper Sharp on the team. To not have, you know, the white boys, Cooper DeJean and Ed Reed Blankenship out there, which is brutal. Zach Wilson, you know, hey man, Super Bowl quarterback Zach Wilson right there. I get it, brother. You know, you won a Super Bowl with the team. I love it. You beat the Jets, actually, of all teams, too, which is hilarious. We went with Rudy Benton in the first round, 29th pick. We went with the defensive end, a D tackle, another defensive end, another D tackle, bunch of defensive end, bunch of D tackles. That is a hidden dev, by the way. Rudy Benton up there. So 76 overall, not too shabby there. Shipley's down to an 85. Manning's still 99 overall. Offensive line's doing okay. Sidney Brown and Winfield starting to regress a bit. Davis and TJ Watt down to 78. Travis Hunter's down to 95. Keeley's like a 90 overall, not too bad. Dicker the kicker, and Stonehouse still back there as well. Blunt stay tuned though. Peace out, rock on, stay super classy, and stay tuned for next episode. It's going to be the final episode of our Madden 24 franchise mode here on the channel.